The train. Quite possibly the most powerful unit in Command & Conquer Generals. These behemoths have been a thorn in my side for too long. Now, I do believe a demonstration is in order. So what I have prepared for you today is a whole variety of units. Starting from the smallest up to the largest, we've got basic infantry, heroic infantry, and then vehicles in ascending order of mass. Allow me to demonstrate precisely what a train does upon contact with each of these.
Unit lost.
No one stands a chance before the might of a train. But we have larger, firmer, more resilient things than just units we can throw in the train's way. That's right, this time we have a nice array of buildings in ascending size and general mass. Firmly rooted to the ground, structurally sound, immovable obstacles. This is a train, designed to move. It matters not. The destruction is instantaneous. And even the music changes. Kind of grim. There's an important lesson to be learned here. Stay off the tracks. But we're not here to learn. Most certainly not. We're here to exact revenge. They're a tough opponent. Moving at high speeds and with suspiciously large amounts of armor, the unspecified train of unspecified origin is truly a formidable foe. But I've come prepared. These, my dear viewers, are nuke cannons, specialized in bombarding an area from a surprisingly short distance. These artillery pieces launch tactical nukes capable of destroying most things in the game with a rather satisfying explosion. And I have got 4 of them. And yet still, it achieves absolutely nothing. But I know what you're thinking. Ortega, you didn't actually hit the train. You shot the ground slightly in front of the train, and then it just drove through the nuclear radiation like it was nothing. Well, allow me to show you what happens if you hit the train directly. The shells, the nuclear warheads, just simply phase out of existence. I don't know what's going on in these trains, but they're a level of technology beyond anything we can handle. We're not beat yet though. We can remove the tacticality of our nukes and scale them up a bit. Behold, the nuclear missile. The most powerful single explosion in the game and the superweapon of the Chinese army. It's most certainly overkill when it comes to derailing a single train, but we are getting desperate. Timing this is not going to be easy.
Warning, a nuclear missile has been launched.
Perfection itself. And you will notice, the train survived. Although all of its carriages were destroyed. We're nearly there, but not quite. And in fact, not even close to finishing off the head of the train. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that the train head actually did sustain damage. About a quarter of its HP was lost to that nuclear missile. That means we can do a coordinated strike with 4 nukes in order to take out 1 train. However, it was shown to me that there is an alternative method, a unit capable of dethroning this beast all by itself. That's right, the humble worker of the GLA army. He possesses up his sleeve, if he had a shirt, a weapon equal in power to 4 nuclear warheads. The humble demo trap. The technical marvel of what I can only imagine is an oil drum with some TNT strapped to the side. Has, inside of it, power equal and surpassing that of the superweapons of the GLA's opposition. The train has fallen. It does not take a wall of these impressive demo traps. Just a single one, and on contact, immediately the head of the train falls. Now this opens up some rather interesting questions. First of all, how did anyone ever discover this? Well, what you need is someone who watches your videos by the name of ManX4Q2H. We did a lot of research into this in order to find out how we could defeat the trains. Shoutouts to that individual. Thank you very much. Thank you very kindly. But the interesting thing we have to ask here is, why does this even happen? Does Command & Conquer Generals have a concept of momentum? Because the train head is not supposed to die. Or be destroyed. It's not alive. It's not supposed to be destroyed. It takes 4 nukes to bring it down. It's not supposed to be destroyed. But when it is destroyed, if the rest of the train isn't destroyed behind it, it slowly comes to a halt. There's some kind of friction at work. So you're thinking, okay, that's well coded. I'm surprised, but good job, whoever made this. And yet I don't think this train was ever supposed to come to a stop. I think these individual carriages are supposed to be destructible, because if you just attack them, they take damage as you would expect. But carriages without a headed train is something that I don't think is supposed to exist in the game. Because if I order my tank to move to a position beyond the train, all pathing breaks. The game doesn't know how to navigate around this obstacle. If I ask a unit to go somewhere that it can't get to through a direct line because another unit's in the way, it will endeavour to drive around it. Not now, and apparently I took damage from that? But I'm not convinced I am taking damage from that. So I'm not entirely sure the game knows what's going on either. I am vibrating neatly to the right though. Perhaps even more interestingly is what happens when you send infantry to move beyond the train. Place your bets.
Can I have some shoes?
Teleportation backwards. We don't collide, we don't bump off, we don't pop through, we don't phase through. We teleport backwards, a safe distance.
Can I have some
I suppose getting crushed was another option that didn't come up. And so it makes me wonder, what else can we do with it? I can't even turn my tank. What else can we do? And I genuinely don't know how any of this is going to go, but I just brought a collection of units to see what happens. I'm imagining this is just going to be a bump situation once again. Wonderful stuff. Get out the way. I brought the strangest units of the GLA army I could think of. Interesting, you can burrow your head into it before you collide. Tells us something about the collision box of the Scud launcher, I suppose, but nothing too earth-shattering. This one should be a strange interaction, because this unit is a squad-based unit, so are they all going to teleport backwards individually, or what? Yes, they are. And then they're going to patiently wait for one another before trying again, except for this chap in the middle, who is just going to encourage everyone else to go for it. Until eventually we stop warping backwards. I think, no, this guy's still doing it. The game is not happy. One unit is inside, I think. The health bar's appearing in the middle of the train. No, it's just trying to estimate the middle of my now displaced squad. Wonderful stuff. Is this going to cause any damage? Don't say nothing stops the mail and then immediately drive directly into a parked train. And I was curious to know whether or not this explosive fellow could hijack the train in any capacity, but apparently not. That's disappointing. Let's end this in the only way we should. Wonderful stuff. But yes, curious. And the world just gets stranger. I just thought I'd have one last little bonk on the way out, for fun. No, never mind. Phase through the entire thing, and then collide on the way out.
Let us see what they are up to. Let's go where it is safe.
Look at that, one guy made it through. Well done. Oh, they're figuring it out. Where did you respawn from? I'm so... What? What was that? So angry mobs. I know half the mob died to the bomb truck, and they respawn after a while. But they're supposed to respawn on top of the mob where they currently are. But they ran from down here. So now I'm wondering if the angry mob reinforcements were somehow spawning at desynced coordinates, and they spawned down here somewhere and they had to run in from the edge of the map or something, because they're stuck. This is just madness. Sorry, I need to kill these individuals once more.
Warrior has fallen.
My apologies. I need to see where they come from. They just die. They just give up. I thought this was going to be a wonky video, but thanks again to Man X4Q2H for this discovery. And if you want me to try anything else out with this now parked train that's just filled to the brim with bugs, you let me know. I've been Ortega Omega. Hopefully you'll join me next time where we get back to our usual scheduled videos, but this was just a bit of fun that I couldn't help but have. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.